Oh shucks, look at the time. All good things must come to an end, and CES is pretty much in its last legs. It has been an awesome week for a lot of new technology, but let's get to the meat and potatoes about what's really going on behind the scenes. Hey everyone, it's your boy Alot Tech back at it again with another video. It's been a very busy week for CES 2025. There were some mixed bags, there were some good things, there were some slow things. We all know how everything went with the presentations, but what's really was great was the new technology we got exposed to from coverage from different reviewers and out there on the net. But today I want to talk about three particular things, maybe throwing a bonus or two. But for the three main things I want to talk about, two is rumors, one is a leak, and various things in between the meat and potatoes, so to speak. So let's start off. The first thing we can talk about is the leaks that we're saying that the 9070 XT has been seen our leaked performance benchmarks to be outperforming or matching the RTX 4080 Super last gen. So let's get down to this. Now, if this is true, as I said many times before, I want to see the real receipts and the third-party benchmarks to actually see if this rumor is true or leak is true. But if it is true that the thing is either matching or outperforming the 4080 Super, that's a really big win. Not only if AMD can meet the price that they need to match the performance, if it is indeed 4080 Super or better, because if they, it all comes under the value, because if the value price-wise is not how it's supposed to be, and they keep chasing a little cat, chasing its tail, and keep trying to match prices to their competitors, they're not going to have another flop. Because last gen, it was kind of a flop when they released the XTX and the XT. The only one that really got a lot of buzz for last gen, Radeon, was the 7800 XT. Has a very good mid-range, a very good, not only mid-range, but a good 4040p card. And even the 77 XT, were a lot, kind of like two of the main, most popular purchases as far as everyday gamers and whatnot. So if they match or outperform the 4080 Super and the benchmarks prove that, the third-party benchmark with the 9070 XT, then that means they'll be faster than the 7900 XT, but just a couple percent shy of XTX performance, which should be great because we all know XTX was always challenging the 4080 and the Super, etc. So all the 4080 line from last gen, that's what XTX was named to challenge, because we all know it's not for an any competitor. That was one of the things that got flack for because it was a misrepresentation, saying that their XTX was matching the 4090, but it turned out to be the case. So when the prices start coming out, especially for the 7800 XT and the 7900 XT, everything changed the diagram, the whole environment, because when it dropped to the prices it should have been at launch, then they started selling more the 7800 XT and the 700 XT. But this is just a rumor, but I'm cautiously optimistic that it turns out to be true, or even better than what the leaks or rumors say for the performance of the 9070 XT. And we just gotta see, because I don't like speculating, but it looks like there's a lot of things and buzz out there that it could be potentially that. We even saw some interviews online from CES floor of an AMD representative actually saying that, hey, it was better than expected. Let's hope they're not the same fluff, and let's hope that they actually are telling the truth and they actually give us what is needed in this market to shake up price per performance. Next up, we got some more leaks. And there were some leaks saying that some people on articles like video cards, PC gamers, some of the articles are saying that a lot of people were leaking, saying that to hold off on buying the 50 series because for the rumor that was mentioned that the new Radeons were actually performing equal or better than the 4080 Super last gen. So they were saying hold off for what NVIDIA's releasing and just wait and see what performance, if the rumors turn out to be true, for the 9070 XT and the 9070. Because a lot of people like doing this pre-order crap, and I always recommend against pre-ordering, because what's the sense of spending your money? You're not going to get, you spend all this money, you're not going to get the product you until release, so you're paying money up for it without seeing the product yourself or seeing the performance. And they're like inflating these prices, and we don't know. We just know what the Founders Edition is going to be price-wise, but we don't know how AMD is going to jack the price up on top of the Founders Edition MSRP, which is bound to happen to be way more than what they're saying for the Founders Edition when the custom models come out. So people were saying online to hold off on buying 50 series just to see what the 9070 XT and 9070 have to offer, due to the rumors I mentioned earlier about it performing better than expected, better or equal to the 4080 Super, and just shy of just 10%, 15% shy, or slightly under percentage-wise of the XTX. So if they can price this particularly really well, the 9070 XTs and the 9070, and they match the performance, and actually the XT variant actually performs at least 85 to 90% of XTX, that would be a great thing if they match the price properly. So a lot of people are saying hold off the 50 series because of the rumors. So just goes to show how much rumors can affect people's mindset. And I'm actually looking for a little bit more optimistic now, not so much cautiously anymore, but a little bit more optimistic from hearing an interview from the AMD representative from the Radeon team, and seeing all these rumors flying around. If there's so much rumors and so much leaks saying things are better than a particular thing, 9 times out of 10 that rumors come to be not that far off of the predictions. So knock on wood that it's going to actually outperform or blow past our expectations, being that their presentation is kind of disappointing at CES that a lot of people were saying. So that's a rumor people were all saying hold off the 50 series purchases, save your money, and wait till the competitors show the benchmarks and show the pricing before you pull the trigger on any next gen GPU. Next up, more rumors. We got some rumors saying that there might be the reason that NVIDIA had pretty much priced the things as they did. They're making room for 5080 Supers, TI variants, same thing for 5070, and who knows, maybe the rumors that were going on for a while ago about having a lower end 5090, called the 5090D, I think, was one of the rumors that like a lower end or cut down version of the regular 5090. Maybe they're leaving some room for that because there's the price gaps between all the ones they showed at CES are big. Like you're jumping from 550 to 750 to 1,000, then to 2,000. So there's a lot of price gap area there that they can squeeze TI or super models in between like they did last gen. And of course, as we all know, NVIDIA, aka Nvidia, they're gonna want to get as much money as they can. So I won't be surprised if a couple months down the road, oh, here's a TI, or here's a supermodel of what we just released of next gen. So that's left to be seen, but I'm sure that's why they priced it as they did. Majority of the lineup that they showed so far, to me, is still overpriced, especially the 80 series card being $1,000 for just 16 gigs of RAM. That's crazy, like everyone is saying. But let's move on to other things that we saw at CES. We saw a lot of GPUs on the 50 side, NVIDIA 50 series side, from Gigabyte specifically, and we saw one or two models from ASUS, some other ones. They weren't really focused too much on other AMD partners or the 50 series, but they were focusing heavily, most of the coverage I've seen at least, was focusing heavily on the Gigabyte variants for the 50 series models. So there was a lot to show. There's a lot of things on cool tech shown at CES this year, but we don't know what's going to happen because we got incoming tariffs. So we don't know how these prices going to stay or if they're going to stay, because there's something looming in the horizon that's bound to hit it hard because we got to import these chips and stuff. So that's the main 3 things I want to cover. They're also saying FSR4, they saw a demo on there on CES, which was really good to see. And some people did some coverage and comparing the 3.1 and the FSR4. And surprisingly, it looks like the AMD has a winner with this new upscaling upgrades, their last gen upscaler. But those are the main things that stood out to me. And of course, I had the usual case stuff or whatever. But until then, let me know what y'all thought below on the CES coverage. Did y'all like what y'all saw? Tell me what y'all liked. Tell y'all what you didn't like. Did you like the new GPU launches? Did you know the pricing? Are you still scratching your head for the failure of the AMD keynote? Are you actually getting more optimistic now that we got actually sit down of the actual AMD representative from the Radeon team promising a lot of big stuff? So let's see if it comes to fruition. Until then, this is your boy Alot Tech signing out.